Hey everyone, welcome back to a new vlog. Today is going to be a productive day in the life. We're going to be tackling all kinds of stuff around the house. Cleaning, organizing, you name it. We're just going to be getting it all done. And this video will probably be a couple days worth of footage, and I'll just combine it all in one to hopefully get you motivated to tackle your home projects as well. Genuinely in a phase of life right now where it's like, when in doubt, throw it out. Those who get it, those who don't, you will not understand. I get a little overwhelmed by things. I do it to myself, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start with the big trash bag, gather up all the garbage. Anything that I can possibly toss is going in the trash right now. Also, actually, before we do that, you know what? No. If this is, I can't with myself. I stress myself out. Big bag. Let's do it. I'm so sick of everything. I'm done. I gotta throw out the trash, y'all. I am the trash. Be one with the garbage. Also, don't come at me about recycling. They don't recycle here anymore in my house. Well, I mean, I think they do, but you have to like go somewhere special. Boom. Done. Paint, this all needs to go in front. Now, would you look at that? Every time the curtains are falling off the wall, I think of that meme, or what is it called? Is it called a meme? Would you look at that? My curtains do not want to stay on the wall. I don't know what it is, but no matter what drywall anchors we use, they rip out, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that my dogs like run to the door whenever we get home. They get all excited, and when you have 3 big dogs greeting you at the front door, something's bound to break. And so they hit the curtain a lot, and I think that just because they're big, they knock it down. So it is what it is. I'll just keep fixing it and keep putting holes in the wall. I will tell you though, I did end up switching out the type of screws I was using, so I think they'll hold a little better. We shall see, but I did end up messing it up when I hung it up. Don't worry, I fix it later. In an upcoming video, I'm actually redoing the curtains and also painting the front door. Whole new vibe. It was bright and airy, and it's not no more. So stay tuned for that. If you have been following me over on TikTok, then you've already been seeing the journey. I have started posting more over there, trying to get my short form content rolling and hopefully getting it to do well. We shall see. So I appreciate your support. If you do have a TikTok, please go follow me. I'll have it linked down below. Now, with that being said, I'm still posting content here. YouTube is my job. It's my livelihood. It's everything to me. I've worked so hard to grow this channel and to be where I'm at today, so don't you even for a second think that I'm leaving or switching to just doing short form content. I'm just trying to get a couple different platforms rolling. That is the ultimate goal. It's also great to kind of like can get more eyes over here on my channel is the ultimate goal. So whatever I post on TikTok, you will eventually see it here. The difference is short form content can be edited super fast and uploaded fast versus YouTube. It takes me hours to edit a video. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't want you guys to worry. I'm not going anywhere. I really love you guys so much, and I am so grateful. I truly am. I think to myself all the time, like, this channel has always been like a comfort for me. I started this channel when I literally had no friends, nobody. I was living alone in a trailer out in the middle of freaking nowhere. Y'all know the story. And y'all just helped me so much without even realizing it. And I actually got a comment the other day. She said something along the lines of, this channel makes me feel like I'm at home. And I'm just like, y'all, that's how I feel when I share with you guys. Like, this is my place, and I know that, and I'm not going anywhere. I just wanted to make that clear. Now, change of subjects. I have been on a roll with filming content, but let me be honest, it does not make any sense. All the content I've been filming, it like doesn't flow. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a project. It's more of like a get it all done. That's why I like these types of videos, because I could just like combine all the footage together, hopefully motivate you in one longer video. That is what I hope that it happens when you watch these videos, or just entertainment. Hopefully me just chatting with you makes you feel like you're hanging out with a friend. That's also the goal. But I definitely feel as if recently my brain has just been a million miles a minute. We've had so many things going on, so many changes I want to make. I've actually had this crazy realization about our home, just like, I don't know. I think time flies so fast. I cannot believe that this coming up year is going to be 6 years in this house. Can y'all believe that? Like, what? I feel like at one point in time, I remember when we first moved in this house, we were like, okay, this is our forever home. We were so excited. And you got to remember what we came from. So of course, moving into this house, this house felt huge to us. But as the kids grew, as we accumulated more dogs, we definitely feel like it was starting to feel like a little closed in, and just like we were outgrowing the space. And so I got into my head about it. Like, maybe I need more space. Maybe we need this. Maybe we need that. And just being completely real with you, I think I had it dead set in my mind that we were moving. So all the projects I did, everything I did was just kind of like surface level. It really wasn't anything that I was wanting to do long term that was going to make my house mine and feel like my own. Like, obviously I decorate, I take care of my house, I paint, I do little things, little projects, but I wasn't actually treating it as like, okay, this could potentially end up being the home that we stay in for our kids' entire childhood. And I don't know, I guess it just in my head, I always thought, because of, I think a lot of it has to do with social media. I'm going to be honest. I think that it's so easy for us to watch what other people are doing, and as they grow and get more established on their channel and they make more money, it's like it's just common for them to move into a new home or have a new home built. And while that is ideal, I also realize that it's not always realistic for everyone. Everybody's financial situation is different. Everybody makes different money on YouTube, by the way, in case you didn't know that. We all make different. It's not the same. So what like someone could be making on sponsorships is not what I'm making, and vice versa. And I think I just truly just got in my head about it. Like, we needed more and more and more. And I have really just tried to like self-reflect a lot over this past year, and also last year as well, just trying to be a lot more content with the things that I have and how hard we've worked to get what we have. And I am so freaking proud of us. And sometimes you just need that reminder that it's okay with what you have now. You don't need a brand new SUV, y'all. You do not need a brand new house. You don't need to have the best of the best. I am rich in life because of my family. That is what makes me feel like I'm at home, because my family's here. It has nothing to do with the things that we have. Like, yeah, is it appealing to have nice things? Of course. Like, I think it's totally normal to want to have nice things and to take care of your things. And we have done a lot to our home to make it that way. However, it's not everything. And I can assure you that the more and more you have, it does not make you any happier. And I've just been really self-reflecting, and I think honestly age has played a huge part in this, and just your friendly reminder as your friend to just be so grateful for what you have right now in this time, and more so content. I think there's a difference between being content and grateful, because I've always been grateful, but being content is one thing. I'm just a busybody, and I think that I'm always working so hard to have the next thing, and that's just my personality. But I also have to like humble myself sometimes and be like, okay, Carrie, let's not get ahead of yourself. Like, it's better to be living comfortably than to get so ahead of yourself and get too big for your britches. So we need to like tone it down a bit. And now we're just focusing on making this house our forever home in whatever way that feels like for us in the moment. And it might not be. It might be. Who freaking knows? Right now I can tell you, with these interest rates and the prices of these mortgages and the price of everything, girl, we cannot even go to Walmart without spending $100 within seconds. I'm telling you, what used to be $20, $30 is the new $100. It's wild out here. I'm so ready for like prices to go down and things to start getting better, because I worry about my kids' futures. What am I talking about? I'm rambling. I do that sometimes. I apologize. Y'all just skip ahead. If I ever annoy you and I'm talking too much, just bloop, just go right to the next, I don't know, skip the video if you need to. I get it, because I love to talk, especially when I'm home alone. I've been home alone all day, okay? I have nobody to talk to, so thank you for listening. Now I am cutting my son's hair and my husband's hair today. If you didn't know, I am a hairdresser as well, along with being a doctor, the cleaner, the taxi driver. I actually haven't, you know what's really funny? Have I ever told this story? I think I have. I talk so much, I can't even remember what I said. But Dylan and I have been together for what, almost 16 years? It's 15 or 16, I can't even remember at this point. I'm horrible with dates, by the way. That's like a little fun fact. I have to look on Facebook sometimes to figure out people's birthdays. I'm horrible. But anyway, I first started cutting Dylan's hair, and obviously I didn't know what to do, so I would just do like the one size all over. We would just shave that thing. There was no fade happening, which wasn't always the best look, but Dylan didn't care. We were dirt poor, okay? We had to do what we had to do. But I accidentally shaved his head without the guard being on, the clippers, and it was to the scalp, y'all. Like, he literally looked bald. And Dylan's hair, you'll see his hair in just a second right here. He's got like that strawberry blonde, but in the summer it gets a lot more blonde. It looked like white. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. He was like, how bad is it? And I'm like, I mean, it was like right up the back. And there was really no way to fix it except for at that time, like I said, I didn't know how to do a fade. So we just shaved the whole thing. Luckily, his hair grows fast, but now I've learned, and I go in really quickly. Actually, this only took me, I think, like maybe 5 minutes to cut his hair today, also because it was still kind of short, but I've gotten really good at it. At this point, I know which sizes I'm using and how it just goes fast. And sometimes I think he wants me to take longer because he likes the way it feels. He constantly, every time I do his hair, he's like, I feel bad that you don't understand what this feels like, because he said it just is like so relaxing. Him and my son both will fall asleep with me doing their hair. But Dylan is so funny. He'll just like get so relaxed. Like, sometimes I think he is asleep. But anyway, I'm just going over his eyebrows, face, shaving everything. And then I just use the blower to blow them off. It's just a lot easier than them walking in the house with all the hair on them. And now I'm going to clean up my mess. Look how good the porch is looking, you guys. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. If you missed my last video, check it out. I painted the doors black of the building, and what a difference it made. It is looking so freaking good. I cannot wait to get the concrete textured and stained, though. I think that's going to make a huge difference as well. And then we are also starting on the pool deck very soon. We can start on that now. We just can't do the patio cover yet until the concrete has fully cured, and it takes like 28 days. Now inside, I did get a stair stepper. By the way, I found this on Facebook Marketplace for $125, which is a steal, okay? You have no idea how expensive these things are. But let me tell you, it's ancient, and it is heavy as all get out. It took me everything I had to move it out of the way so I could show you guys me hanging up my curtains. Now, let me just say, I'm adding this footage in here now just so you can see, but I am going to include it in an upcoming video because I did a little makeover in the living room, dining room space. I changed out the curtains and I painted the door. We're actually painting all the doors in the house. It's going to be amazing, so stay tuned, but here's a little sneak peek of what the green curtains look like in the house again. I'm definitely feeling the moody vibes, and I think a lot of it has to do with my mood. Like, when I'm in a great mood and I'm feeling creative and good, I just gravitate towards darker colors. I don't know, I just do. And then when I'm actually feeling kind of sad, I go with lighter, brighter colors, which is crazy. It's the complete opposite of what some people do, but I don't know. I think that I try to like overcompensate for my sad mood by doing brighter, lighter in the house, but when I'm actually happy, I go darker. It's crazy. But now I'm in my son's room. We're going to tidy up in here. We're doing a massive declutter and 2-bedroom makeovers. My daughter and my son are both getting a makeover in their room. It's been well overdue. I've always like touched up their space here and there, but not actually came in here and did a full-blown makeover. So that is going to be happening. Also, I think it was like 2 years ago, I did a built-in here in my son's closet, and I actually built in the dresser. So then when I painted it, obviously the dresser was already built in and I didn't paint behind the dresser. So my husband ripped that out, not realizing that it was all part of the built-in, and you know, behind it was like a white wall still. So I had to repaint that. I actually touched it all up. It looks a lot better. And then I put the smaller dresser in there. So now he has all of his clothes nice and organized in his room versus having all of his clothes out in the other dresser, because I am doing some built-ins in his room, which will make sense because he has a surprise coming for his birthday. It'll all make sense when that time comes. And I would totally tell you, but the problem is my kids watch these videos and I'm scared that he's going to hear me say what it is and it's going to ruin the surprise. And this is a big deal for us. So I don't want to accidentally spill the beans too early. But if you can kind of like imagine the reason you would need a built-in, then you'll probably guess what it is. And you can leave it in the comments below because he can't see the comments. If they watch my videos, they watch it on YouTube or on YouTube, on the TV. But now I am going to work on cleaning out underneath his bed, and oh my gosh, you guys. Like when I tell the kids, specifically my son, hey, go clean your room. Yeah, he like visually cleans, so if it's out of sight, out of mind. And I can relate. I can totally relate because y'all should have seen all the stuff that came out of his closet that was mine. That was ridiculous, and I would just shove stuff in the closet. It took me all day to sort through it. And honestly, I didn't even film half of it because it was so overwhelming. I just was like, oh my gosh, I just need to get this done. I don't even have the energy to film. Like, that's how bad it was. So just know that when you see the trash that I got rid of, 99% of it was actually garbage. And a lot of it was mine. It wasn't even his stuff. So anyway, I just want to make that clear before we get to that point in the video where y'all are going to be shocked at how much came out of these rooms. It's ridiculous. And I just did this not too long ago. I mean, what? At the beginning of the year or sometime in December, I think, I did a massive declutter. It don't take long around here. We sure do accumulate a lot. But I did want to point out, his bed is sloping there at the bottom. Don't worry, I am going to be he's getting a new bed. Now, you may be wondering, why in the world would he get a new bed if he's got this bed? So this was a bunk bed. My kids wanted to try bunk beds. I let them. It was the first time ever having bunk beds, and it was great while it lasted, but these bunk beds were not that stable. Number one, they scared me. There was a lot of wiggling happening. The top bunk didn't really have a whole lot of safety measures, and we, shortly after getting the bunk beds, we took them apart, and it didn't work out. And plus, that was at the time when my daughter got hurt too, so it got to the point where she couldn't climb up into the top bunk. And my son cannot sleep on the top bunk for various reasons. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, so yeah, he will be getting a new bed that will make more sense for the makeover that's coming up in his room. The other twin bed we already gave away. And by twin bed, I mean the frame to the bunk bed, because obviously when you take it apart, you have two twin beds. And my daughter got a new frame, which you'll see that in just a minute, because after I'm done with my son's room, we're actually going into my daughter's room and we're going to deep clean her room as well. And the whole reason for even deciding to do a makeover was because my daughter actually asked me for a makeover. One day we were laying in her bedroom, and I shared the story already, but I'll tell you again. She was like, Mom, I have a vision for my room. If that ain't me, I don't know what is. She was like, I'm envisioning like blue and very simple and clean. She wants a big girl room and she wants less stuff, less furniture. Totally understand that, like where she's coming from. Like having less stuff to manage really makes a huge difference. And I've even learned that in my life. And the fact that she's wanting to have a big girl room is it's a big deal, you know, and I am all for it. I love change. My kids love to change things. They are very much rearranging their rooms all the time. If y'all didn't do that when you were a kid, then we can't be friends. Like, y'all didn't stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning moving your room around, trying to be real quiet so your parents didn't come and yell at you. Because I know I did. I was constantly, first of all, I love throwing things away too. It's not funny, but you can ask my mom. One day I'll like get her to tell me, like we'll talk about it on a vlog. But yeah, whenever I was a kid, they would tell me to go clean my room, and it was a disaster. I lived in a really messy space, okay? I'm a very creative person, so my room was always a mess, but my mom would be like, you need to get this room cleaned up. And what I would do is I would take like everything from all around the room, the whole mess, everything, clothes, anything that was out of place, and I would put it in this massive mound in the center of my bedroom. It was like a pile of just disasterness, okay? And then I would sit down on the floor and I would go through and I would sort through things, kind of like I'm doing here. And I would throw away stuff that I wasn't supposed to throw away. And my mom was like, you were just always the one that would throw away like toenail clippers and tweezers. And I darn sure would. If it wasn't in my room and I didn't know where it went, bye. And here's the thing, I'm going to be real, and my mom might not like this, but it is what it is. She knows it's the truth. We did not grow up in like the cleanest house ever. Not that we didn't try. We tried our best, but there was 3 of us. I had my 2 brothers, my younger brother, my older brother, and then I was the middle child. And so, you know, if you're the middle child, you know you get mistreated. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of kidding. I feel like I had a lot of chores, okay? But maybe it was because I was the girl too. And I will go down to my grave saying that my brothers were spoiled and I had to do everything. But specifically, me and my older brother had to do everything. Brandon got away with anything. He didn't have to do nothing. Listen to what happened one time. We were little. I can't remember how old he was. I'm not even going to try to guess because I'm sure he was older than what I thought. But he had to take the garbage out, and there was glass in the garbage. So this dumb butt decides that he's going to throw the trash bag over his shoulder like Santa Claus. And then when he went to go sling it into the trash can, the glass sliced his shoulder open. And don't get me wrong, it was pretty gnarly. And it was a scary freak accident. But that was the last time that boy had to lift a finger. And maybe I'm being dramatic because I'm the sister, but it was just like, after he got hurt, I was like, dang, man, do I need to go and do something like that too so I don't have to do chores? And I remember my mom would be like, he's little. He's just a baby. No, this boy is 7 years old, 8 years old. He can do a chore, Mom. He can't do it. I swear she would do that. She will deny it. But I recall it differently. You can even ask my older brother. And Brandon's going to try to take sides with my mom. I guarantee it. But anyway, all that. Why am I blasting our family info? My parents and my brother are going to be like, why are you talking about me? All right, so I got my son's room all cleaned up. I still have a lot of work to do in here. I'm going to repaint the walls. I got some holes to patch from like hanging pictures up. We're also going to do some trim around the windows because those are looking a little plain. I think what I'm going to do is do some trim and get some good blinds, and then maybe get some of the, sorry, this lighting is so bad. Whenever you're facing a camera towards windows, it just gets so dark. Maybe get some like roll down blinds instead of doing curtains. Curtains never work in here, and the reason why is because where his bed is, because the way the bedroom is set up, the curtains always get knocked down or pulled off the wall. Like no matter how many wall anchors I put in, the bed kind of gets closer to the wall and it just kind of tugs at it. So I think we're just gonna do like some window treatments instead of, well, technically a window treatment is curtains, but you know what I mean. We're not gonna do curtains. We're gonna keep it simple. And I think he'll like it much better. But I think adding some trim and some character around the windows is gonna make a world of a difference. So we'll be working on that pretty soon in an upcoming video. I'll share with you guys how to do it super easily. I need to get him a new closet door, and we gotta get all this stuff off to prepare for painting. But it's looking good. Oh, and that's this new ceiling. Well, it's not new. We've had it. That was actually in my room previously, and so we're gonna put that in here for him. So that is the game plan. Still a lot of work to do though. I have a ton of painting and patchwork because we have hung a ton of pictures and stuff on the wall, and then all this is gonna get redone. Basically his whole room is getting redone. So very exciting though. I think he's gonna love it. But for now, I'm gonna leave it like this. It's clean, it's organized, it's ready and prepared for the projects. But I'm gonna finish organizing my daughter's room before I jump into like any crazy projects. And Little is whining. She's poor thing. Little, you're okay, baby. So now in my daughter's room, we're gonna do a quick cleanup in here. I feel like her room always looks worse than it is because there honestly is a lot of furniture in here, between like her bed, her little cart that she uses for all her arts and crafts. I also did put one of the chairs that were in the living room in here just because Knox wouldn't stop jumping on it, and we were trying to deter him from jumping at the time, but I'll get that out of here in just a second. There was just a lot going on in this space, so it just needed a quick cleaning. Not that bad. I feel like things always look worse than they actually are. It only took me about maybe 45 minutes to clean her room, and I also took everything off the walls as well, because we are going to be doing some touch-up paint pretty soon, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But all of the posters and things that she had, we are taking down, and I'm going to get prepped for paint soon. TV. All right, so I went through, cleaned her room, just did like a quick declutter, got rid of all the trash, pulled everything off the walls. I am going to be hole patching and painting pretty soon. We're gonna go through the house and do some touch-ups because it needs a fresh coat. So that is the game plan. Also, I am gonna be working on a makeover in here as well. I have talked about it in the past, but she wants like a full-blown makeover, like totally different. Her style is changing and I love it. I love that she's just kind of, I don't know, she's so much like me, and I love that she loves change. So she told me what she wants, and I'm gonna start working on that slowly but surely. It's gonna be a big project, so I'm just gonna kind of work on things as I can. Y'all did see that we ended up getting her a new bed and bed frame. So this is part of the big girl look that she's wanting to go for. She wanted like a blue-gray bed, and I feel like this is the closest I could get to like a blue-gray, and it's very like timeless. So that was step one. Now I need to find some new nightstands. I'm actually probably going to use this one. It's still in great condition. It just needs a little handle and to be repainted. And if I can just find one similar in style, I can paint them and they'll be like matching but not matching. I really like that look. So I'm on the hunt for a nightstand or two. The built-ins are coming out. She wants to simplify her room. She wants to just do a simple vanity with lights on it, like something like this, but just a little bit bigger, lots of storage. And she wants to do away with this because she likes to move her room around, similar to me. And with the built-ins, it kind of limits where she can move, but not to worry, all this is not getting wasted. It was all built really nice, so I can take it all apart. And I'm actually gonna reuse this for a project in my son's bedroom. So that is the game plan. But it looks so good in here, so clean. I can't wait for her to see it. I love doing this for the kids when they're at school. Like, they get so excited. She actually specifically asked me yesterday, Mom, can you deep clean my room? Because it always looks so good when you do it. So I didn't deep clean, but I just like kind of surface clean. I need to mop and wipe the walls down. Like I said, we're gonna be painting, so it doesn't have to be like all done at once. But we're making progress. Okay, I put the beige curtains in here, but I think I like the green blue better. So I went ahead and grabbed 2 more panels. So instead of it just being the 1 panel on each side like it was before, we'll do 2 panels to thicken it up and see how that looks. Because I'm not digging the beige. I think I'm just like over the beige. Oh, there we go. The curtains that I had up, the beige ones, those are from Amazon. I can actually link those below if you're interested. They're beautiful curtains and they are true blackout. They look so good. I just feel like what it is like the wall colors in my house currently are too close to the color of the beige curtain, so it just doesn't look right. So I think that's why I tend to go with a darker curtain color instead. And the ones that I'm putting up now, these actually came from Ollie's. I got these so cheap. I think I paid like $12 for 2 panels. Like, crazy good deal. They're not very wide, so you do end up having to double them up, but they are so pretty. And they're dark. They're not necessarily blackout, but they are dark enough to make the room dark if you want it to be. And I definitely feel like switching the curtains to this color. What? Wow, I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. switching the curtains to this color was the better option. I just think it looks a little bit better. It's more of a contrast. It's not just too matchy-matchy. So, got that done, just trying to adjust those and fix them. And then I am going to go ahead and add her new bedding. I ordered a bed in a bag from Amazon, and it is incredible. So darn beautiful. Like, I'm actually, like, I kind of want one myself. It came with a fitted sheet, flat sheet, 4 pillowcases, so 2 of the sham, is that right? And then 2 regular pillowcases, and then a comforter. And wait till you see this comforter. It is stunning, and it is so comfortable, and white is a pretty daring choice, but I feel like the kids do a pretty good job at taking care of their things overall. And we don't really eat on the bed, and if the kids do bring a snack, typically they sit like on the carpet, or she'll sit at like her desk or something. But we did start a new rule. There are no food or drinks allowed in the bedrooms, not even water, okay? Because that's all I'm gonna say, just no food or drinks allowed in the rooms. But wait till you see this comforter. It is so fluffy and so soft, and I washed it too, so that way I could let you know how it like held up. Oh my gosh, why do I love it so much? It's so beautiful. I shared it on my Instagram too, so you can see like a more up close look. I'm in love, and I love that it's like super clean looking. I think she's going to love her room whenever the makeover is done. Now, this is random, but I decided to try to put this mirror at the end of the hallway in front of the secretary desk to see what it looked like. And I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. I ended up putting the mirror back where it was. And then this is all the garbage that we had in there. All the frames over there by the fireplace need to get stored away. I have accumulated quite the collection. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed, turn those notifications on, and leave a comment down below. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, y'all.